Well, that took longer than it needed to. What's up, everybody? How do I do this? I don't remember how to do this show. Is it this? This is the button I click. Yeah, this is the button I click. Yo. Bro, I decided to take it down before the stream. That's fine. It took me like 10 minutes to get this thing started. Oh, man. What's up? It's me again. It's John. I'm John. I do stuff. Not on this channel, though, even though this show's called Jon Does. I do stuff, but I never show you guys what I do. That's not true. I do a lot of stuff. You've seen all those live jams? You hear me talk about stuff that I watch? There's so much stuff going on. Anyways, what's up? That took longer than me committing to a woman. Yeah, we'll see if that ever happens. Oh, what is up? It's a slow day for me. I'm a little just kind of tired. A lot of stuff's been going on. I've been doing a bunch of stuff. Man, this weekend I like knocked out a bunch of crap. It was great. Let's see. What's it going to do first? Oh, yeah, the same thing I always do. Check out wilddinosaur.com. Turns out I'm way more broke than I thought I was. And I need to buy some new clothes. And also I need Tears of the Kingdom when that comes out in like less than a month. So I have nothing really planned today. We'll talk some Mandalorian stuff in the second half. I was just going to fill you in on some stuff that I've been working on. I'm also still trying to figure out what this channel is, you know? I think I'm going through some changes. My voice has changed. My skin has broken out. All of the sudden, my voice got way deeper. Saw the Ray pregnantly. That was me. Was it really? I did see that. That photo of like a pregnant Ray in front of the it was the Skywalker farm on Tatooine, right? Yeah, I saw. If that was you, that's pretty awesome. Because I did see that floating around. Oh, turn that off. Yeah, we'll talk some more Star Wars stuff here in a little bit. But what was I getting at? Yeah, check out wilddinosaur.com. Oh, real quick, let's do this because I've done this. Check out wilddinosaur.com. It's the best place to support the channel. This is what the website looks like. This is the homepage. There's some of my art projects on there, music videos, and then links to stuff. I'm going to try to do a better job of doing updates to it monthly. And then there's the shop where there's all kinds of great stuff. There's tote bags, t-shirts, sweatshirts. I'm going to start doing more framed prints. We have the new pants. The new pants album cover up there, and there was also tote bags and all that stuff. If I can start selling some stuff, I'm going to be releasing a new design tomorrow on my Instagram. So follow me on Instagram. There'll be a new design that will probably go up on the website in the next couple of months. And one thing that was recommended to me with this particular design is trying to do like holographic stickers. And I really want to do them, but I got to do them through a different company than where I do all my other stuff. Printful, which is where you get I do a print on demand for my store. Printful is where most of that stuff comes from. They don't have holographic stickers yet, and the other place where I do have a ton of stickers that I keep with me to sell in person, they also don't do holographic stickers yet. So I'm gonna be for like 200 of them. It's like $150 or something like that, which isn't a ton of money, but I just don't quite have that to spend on extra stickers yet. So go buy some shirts, go buy some stuff, and I'll try to get those like holographic stickers done. But yeah, there'll be a new design tomorrow. I think. Oh, I forgot to repost my commercial up in my stories. Let me do that real quick because I've been trying to post something in the stories at least every weekday, not necessarily every day. But yeah, we'll throw this up there real quick. There we go. Yeah, I've been trying to make sure the website's good and there's stuff for you guys to enjoy and purchase. I've got a couple of different visual art projects. There was the AI like science fiction-y stuff, and then there's more like classic graphic design style stuff, which I'm hoping will be appealing for my like this kind of stuff on my shirt. This is one of mine. This is Fireface. It's a cool design. I just don't think it appeals to everybody, so I'm trying to make some stuff that's a little more appealing, I guess. Holy crap, I had stuff I was going to talk about that I just wanted to throw out there, and I'm forgetting it all because I didn't write any of this down. Oh yeah, there's been some big headway on some movie or some music stuff. Man, you look exhausted, like you just got done impregnating the dog whisperer. Yeah, I did that. We're gonna have a whole litter coming soon. Coming soon and coming preview. Came never mind. That was. I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired. It's exhausting trying to be an artist. I've had a couple of conversations with people recently about what it means to like be an artist these days and how to sell yourself, and it's not easy. I'm constantly working on projects and things to try to survive, and it's not necessarily working out so well. Although there are some things that are starting to get some traction. What's my most disliked video? I don't really have too many. I think there's like one or two dislikes on a couple of videos. I don't have a ton. Although I think some of the stuff, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what my most disliked. I do get them every once in a while. Honestly, not a lot, which is great because I like it when people are supportive. But yeah, I don't really have too many. There might be like one video with like 2 dislikes or something like that, but so far, so good. Yeah, it would make me feel bad if I got more dislikes. Have you ever asked an artist where they get their ideas from? They get really pissed. Well, I mean, some artists, I think it's hard to describe where something comes from. You know, for me, I'm getting dislike bombed on my new video. Oh, really? Was it that I forgive me. I went to your channel and I've checked out some of the stuff. I didn't check out the latest one. Was like almost 30 minutes or something like that. I didn't get a chance to watch that one. I really want to watch it though. That's a bummer if you're getting dislike bombed. Oh, okay. You did a tier list. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I just seen some of the stop motion stuff that you'd done, and again, I really my apologies for not getting around to watching that 25-minute one. It looks great. You know what? If you ever need like sound effects or anything like that, I'm available. I can be available. I can't announce that yet, but I'm gonna be directing a video for somebody. I've worked with them before, but a bit. But they're above my level in terms of people. Sorry, I'm just babbling now. There's just a ton of shit. Yeah, if you're working on more of the stop motion stuff, you want like music or sound effects that's not, I mean, sound effects, I have access to some sound effects, but if you need like music or something like that, I might be able to put some stuff down. So, I've made plenty of I make videos all the time, and it's not easy sometimes to get music. So yeah, reach out if you're working on something and you need some like music or something like that, as long as it's not super extensive. Like if you want me to score like a full short film, we're gonna have to talk about money. But yeah, if it's something like quick and easy, possibly, then I might be able to help you out. Either way, reach out, and I'm always down to like help you figure stuff out too, because I just want to make stuff in my life. That's all I want to do. I need a theme for a spy film. Okay. Yeah, reach out to me. We can talk about that, because there's a number of things we can do. Discuss synthesized music, because I have a bunch of synthesizers. Pat, that I do the show with sometimes. He just got a new computer, thank God. But he's got like a shit ton of synthesizers and stuff like that. So there's a lot of styles of music we can make. And my thing is, you've seen before, I play guitar. But yeah, reach out when you're ready to get to that point, and we can talk about it for sure. I need to work on other people's projects too. It's been a while since I've done too many other projects. I'm ultimately, and don't let this. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to get you to pay me or anything like that, but I do need to make some money here. Yeah. Oh, well, Jason, it's okay. Music is, I still suck at music, and I've been doing it for like 20 years. Yeah. I did do some music this weekend. One of the tracks that I really wanted to release, I've been wanting to release for a while, is a track that I did I'm a shitty vocalist, and holy shit, Jason scared the fuck out of me. There's somebody else here. Yeah, making music isn't always the easiest thing. Although I was this song that I've been wanting to put out, I've had it done, but it's been in like a demo phase for like a year and a half now. I finally re-recorded the vocals, and it still needs a little bit of a mix. But then I was cleaning up my computer a little bit, and I found a bunch of files that I'd made, which were just drums. And so I was like, you know what, hook up your bass and see if anything happens. So I ended up recording like 2 more tracks this weekend, and I'm organizing some records. I had this whole idea about an EP that was gonna happen, but you'll hear some. You'll hear some news coming relatively soon, I think, regarding more music from me. I'm hesitant to say this is 100% going to happen, but there's a possibility that I'll have 2 Wild Dinosaur records and co-produce Pat's solo record with him by the end of the year. Dude, you should do a tier list on instruments or Star Wars. So I'm still trying to figure out what this channel is. I want to do less entertainment news and talking about Marvel and Star Wars. It's easy because I like to consume those things, but I also, as I'm trying to make more of a name for myself as an artist and whatnot. So like not only was I making music, but on Monday, over the weekend, I worked on these 3 tracks, and then I helped Pat with another one of his tracks. So since Friday, I've worked on 4 tracks that I didn't expect to, and then I did a camera update for my Black Magic. There's apparently, so was it NAMM? Not NAMM. NAMM is they do the convention for all the new music gear. There's a camera convention going, or like the Broadcasters Association or something. I forget but they're releasing a bunch of new stuff. And Black Magic did a vertical format for these, so you can shoot vertical videos pretty easily now. It's cool. I mean, not that I'm necessarily going to use it for vertical video, but vertical, if I'm working in marketing, vertical is super important these days. I meant on the live. Yeah, no, I'll do some sort of a tier list. Or maybe not a tier list, but I have a lot of interest: music, art, all kinds of art and stuff like that, as I've been mumbling about, and you hear every time I'm on here. There's been conversations with Pat and my friend Jay, and I don't know if either one of them are feel like putting in the effort to necessarily help me with this, but I would love to do some like gear review stuff. Whenever I see guitar pedals and whatnot, I get a little frustrated because the videos that you see that are like, here's this new pedal, it's usually like a guitar player, and they're like, all right, cool, here's this one pedal, and we're gonna stack it with like 5 other pedals. And I'm like, no, I just need to hear the clean tone of the guitar, and then I need to hear the affected tone of the guitar, so I know what's happening. Not like, oh, this fits in with a delay and reverb, or, you know, a bunch of modulation or anything like that. It gets really annoying. And the other thing too, there's so many instruments that people use these days, like not cheap, but like more affordable electronic music, and you can use guitar pedals with most of them. So doing something where, you know, you see me, the idea would essentially be like, you see me playing guitar with this pedal or whatever, and then we plug it into like a drum machine and then like a synthesizer and do a little like demo, not just on the thing, but on multiple pieces of gear. I think that would be super beneficial for a lot of people. Gear reviews gets views, and people appreciate reviews and not paid. Yeah, that's something that a couple of my friends have talked about. 'Cause yeah, you get paid, you get free gear, you can like test stuff out. It'd be great. I would love to do that. There is a level of understanding like certain things, like the science behind how a specific piece of gear works, and how you can run it through like 6 different ways. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with music gear. I'm the type of person that I'll pick up, my friend Jay was talking about, he's a manual guy, and then there's the non-manual people. You get a piece of gear, either you read the manual or you don't. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. I usually go with like, I just like, if I'm gonna get I use guitar pedals as an example, because they're usually the ones that, the cheaper gear that people tend to like go for constantly. Shit, I'm sorry, I'm losing train of thought. Just don't sell out. Well, I mean, I need money, but yeah, I won't. Never use the manual. Yeah, sorry. Thanks. That's where I was going. I'm somewhere in between the manual. Like, if I buy a piece of gear, I know usually what I'm wanting to do with it, even if there's more functions to it. Then as I like get it and start playing with it, then I'll look into like, oh, you can maybe do that with it. But I don't know. Some of my friends like get lost in the sauce of like, oh, you can plug this piece of gear in this way, or this way. So it gives you lots of options. I'm like, I don't need all the options. I just need it to do the thing that I'm wanting it to do. So yeah, gear review stuff is definitely something I'd like to do. I'd like to do more live jams. Any other things that I've done on here that you guys want to see? Sometimes doing the like pre-recorded and edited stuff takes a little bit more work, but if there's like, you know, maybe on Fridays I just do live jams, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of other ideas. I'm just still trying to figure out what this channel is. Because look, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Mandalorian today. You like Dark Jon? Dark Jon's great. Dark Jon needs to come back. I have a few characters. And I got a lot of positive feedback about Dark Jon. I should do another series of Dark Jon. I think it's getting close to time. I am kind of into this real history character. I was editing I recorded like 8 or 9 of them a couple of weeks ago, and I just finished editing the last one right before. The wizard. Oh, okay. So I had a wizard sketch that was really funny. I thought it was really funny, and I shot it. Dusty, who worked with me, he was on my previous podcast, and he worked with me at the dispensary. You probably met him, Jason. Dusty let me. He's a realtor now. He let me use his office one day. Logan's always waiting for real history. Well, I have 4 of them in the can. They're like ready to go, and I have a list of like 30 or so other locations that I'm gonna try to write. My goal is to try to shoot like 5 or 10 of them at a time, if possible. So I just have a bunch of them. But the wizard, I have a really funny sketch idea. I shot it. I kind of fucked up. I'm not blaming anybody here. I don't usually work with too much of a crew. Like if Pat's in a video, Pat's usually my actor, and I'm doing the lighting, I'm doing the camera, I'm doing the audio, I'm doing all the other stuff. And so when I was setting up my camera, I accidentally hit to shoot in, it was like a weird high frame rate thing, so it shot everything out of sync with audio, and I couldn't like rematch it. I just couldn't fix it. And so I had to toss all of the footage because I couldn't use it at all. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just I'll see if I can reshoot this again at Dusty's office in a couple weeks. And then Dusty left the job, so he doesn't even have an office anymore. So if anybody has an office environment in the area that I can spend like 3 or 4 hours. Not even 4 hours. I think we were with Dusty for like 2 hours tops, but we'll just say maybe 3 hours that I can borrow on like a weekend. I can reshoot it. Did Pat ever make it to Vegas? Pat did not make it to Vegas. Pat was put out all weekend. I didn't. I hadn't hung out with Pat until, what day did we hang out? I think it was Monday. I think it was this Monday. But yeah, I hadn't hung out with him since it'd been almost a week, I think. But yeah, Pat did not make it to Vegas, unfortunately. But he did get a little bit of rest. I don't think he got any time off though, but that's bullshit. Total bullshit. Yeah, the wizard, I want to do more with the wizard. Some of these characters too, Linda from Sales, I've had so many people be like, when's Linda popping up again? Linda is one of, I don't know, I love all my characters. It's about finding things to do with them. And some of them were created really as like side characters to this. Jason's maybe heard me talk about this before because I've talked about it on the show. I need to do a rewrite, but I've written an 8-episode. It's essentially a sketch comedy show. It's like a themed sketch comedy show, and it's about. I'll give you a little bit of rundown. I don't want to give too much away because I'm still planning on making it, and it's like I wrote it like 4 years ago now, and I even shot a pilot for it. Which is really stupid. It makes me giggle, but it was, you know, I saw what I need to work on and reshoot and stuff like that. So I need to do a punch up on the script and then rewrite. But I have this, I've been calling it Master Control. It's about people that work in a TV station, and because I worked in TV for a while, and so I created this show, and there's like Linda from Sales. She was a character for that show. Dark John was a segment. Since it's a TV station, there would be actual like show segments in and out, which would be like fake commercials and stuff. And Linda was in there. Pat, we have a character that we have for Pat, Dr. Hiram Singh. He's this you don't know just based on the name alone. You like couldn't tell who is this guy, Dr. Hiram Singh. And yeah, his thing is he's just a really shitty doctor that endorses like illicit drugs and stuff like that. Some of those commercials I did air on earlier episodes of this when I was doing like full commercial breaks when I first started this show. There would be like a Wild Dinosaur show or a commercial, and then there would be like another robots or the ecstasy one is my favorite. Is one of my favorite. That's Dr. Hiram Singh. He's the doctor that does the stand up. He endorses the drug in that one. So there's so many characters I still want to work with. I mean, I'm open for more. There's one. Oh boy, I shouldn't even go into that. The first show I saw had Linda and Dark John. Yeah, those are one of the commercials I run for my commercial breaks is it's like a testimonial, and Linda and Dark John are in that commercial. They could be in more stuff for sure. My issue about jumping to another character too much right now is the fact that my real history videos are doing the best out of all of my content so far. When I upload, I want them to get together. Linda's frisky. The idea with Linda is that she gets well in the show she gets stuff handled. Like she handles business. She's a serious woman, but she also has a like wild side. Like when she's at work, there's she might mess around, but shit gets done. But then she's always throwing out little things like, hey, you wanna come hang out with me on a booze cruise this weekend? We can get a little touchy and not tell anybody about it, stuff like that. I would not be opposed to Dark John and Linda getting together. It is a little tricky though when I play both characters. It'd be so funny is to see me as Linda and me and Dark John making out, and then Linda pulls away and there's just all this like Dark John makeup all over her face. I want to make that so bad. But yeah, there's a lot of characters that I could work with still. You should push the real history. The production is on point. They're fun. Somebody can digest it real fast, and all just can enjoy it. Yeah, it seems to be one of those things that is doing well. I have it set up so when I post something on Instagram, it also goes to my Facebook, which originally it was going to my normal Facebook, but I did fix it, so everything's going to the Wild Dinosaur Facebook page now. But yeah, a couple of those, not the first couple, but the Titanic, the McDonald's one, and I think it was the Statue of Liberty one, are all on my like personal Facebook account. And those had all three of those had over like 1,500 views, which is probably the most that I've ever had on anything. But as I've been uploading to the Wild Dinosaur Facebook, they're getting and Instagram and Facebook are different sets. Like if even though I upload it on Instagram and it pushes it to Facebook, it's two different view counts. So like on Facebook, one might have like 1,000 views, and then another 800 on Instagram or something. But yeah, they're starting to work out for me, and that's great. I want to make stuff, and I want to make people laugh. And I have I'll be honest, I'm getting notifications of people liking this stuff, and just for sake of mine, I want to see what kind of people are watching this stuff. And I'm getting people from all kinds of like like I get international fans or viewers that like it, and I also get like there's a deep division in America these days politically. I'm getting people on both sides, people that are pro this or pro that, that are enjoying my content. So that makes me happy because, like, I have feelings one way or another, but about the United States, but ultimately, I think it sucks that this is where I'll get on my political high horse for just a tight sec. We all have more in common with each other than we do with the people that are telling us how to feel about things. Be it Fox News, be it MSNBC, be it, most of the politicians, most if not all. I get Mexicans and I hate that YouTube knows I'm Spanish. Yeah, well, YouTube probably also watches you while you sleep. Just to be fair. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely have my feelings about things, but I also, like, we got this short life that we all are living. And, I just, we don't live in the Middle Ages anymore. Things aren't as difficult as they used to be in some ways, but we still struggle as humans. And, I just want people to laugh a little bit more. The whole reason I started doing the real history thing was, for the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, these old conspiracy theories have become more like QAnon, and it's become more of a serious thing. And I'm just like, what happened to the good old days? So, like, okay, we don't know everything that's happened through history or, all of the anomalies of the universe. We don't know all that stuff. But, like, what about Bigfoot? Bigfoot, fucking awesome. You know what? I don't need Bigfoot to be some political bullshit. I just want to have fun and think about, like, aliens might exist, ghosts might exist. Bigfoot's probably a pretty cool dude if you get to know him. You go hang out, have some beef squash. Nessie, the Loch Ness monster, things like that. And so might sound stupid, but the motto that I keep in my head for the real history is, making conspiracies fun again is really the idea with that. So it's just real stuff where it's like, there should be no question about how this happened, because we either saw it happen in real life, or it's like, there's no, real conspiracy about how the fucking Golden Gate Bridge was built. But of course I had to make it into like, oh, this was based on Hot Wheel track designs. So dumb. It's so dumb, but it's so much fun. And I don't know. I hope people are enjoying them and not taking them too seriously. I want Bigfoot to be real so I can slaughter the men and take the women. I want Bigfoot to be real so I can slaughter them and take his feet and sew them onto mine. Then people will think my pee-pee is huge. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Buffet foot jobs. Oh boy. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what this show is, and what to do with all the stuff that because I've built a wild dinosaur world, like you're saying. There's just Dark John, there's Linda, there's all these characters, and it's just, what do I do with them, and where do I put stuff? Because I have this whiteboard over here, and it's just full of projects. There's 3 music. There's really 2 music projects there. There's music videos, the real history. I have 2 sketches, or 1 show and a sketch to rewrite, the website to maintain, then reorganizing this show and making sure that I've got stuff to talk about here. I have photo projects I need to do, and I have like 2 scripts that I'm trying to work on as well. Yeah. Man, I would love to have, you know what? You don't even have to be in my state. This is all stuff that I'm trying to do. But like I said I'm going to be open for working with other people for various projects. I really shouldn't announce what I agreed to do recently, but I am going to be doing a music video for somebody. It's not going to be I shouldn't set any sort of expectations for it either. It's going to be probably shitty on purpose. That sounds bad too. If you knew who I was working with, if I could announce that, you would probably get it. But stay tuned. There'll be some news about a music video for somebody pretty soon. I fucking wish it was Death Grips. I'm actually going to go see Death Grips in May. Pat and I have tickets to go see Death Grips. Fucking A, that would be so awesome if I was making a music video for Death Grips. I'm a big Zach Hill fan. I've been following Zach Hill since was he did he played in no he didn't play in The Advantage. That was fucking what's his name? Sorry. I've been following him since Hella. I was a big Hella fan, and then Zach Hill's solo record Face That is one of my favorite. I need to revisit that, but that was one of my favorite records for a really long time. And so one of my favorite bands. You asked me last week some of my musical influences. I've always been a big Omar Rodriguez Lopez fan. Him and Cedric Bixler Zavala were in at the drive-in, and then they formed Mars Volta. Omar has put out a ton of solo records. He's one of those people that like would just record and then hand engineers hard drives full of stuff, and then he'd just be putting out, like, there was one year I think there was like 15 records or something he put out. But one of my favorite Omar solo records, it's not a solo record, it's just a separate project from Mars Volta and At the Drive-In and all that stuff. El Grupo Nueve, Omar, sorry, my Spanish is white boy Spanish. El Grupo Nueve, Omar Rodriguez Lopez. And the album's called Cryptomnesia, and it's so good. It's one of my favorite records. It's to me, it's almost a Mars Volta record. But it's Zach Hill on drums, Omar on guitar, one of Hella's touring bass players, Jonathan Hishke, on bass, and Cedric doing vocals. It's so good. I love it. I love that record so much. I actually played it when Jay was here last week, and he's heard me talk about Mars Volta. He's listened to them a little bit. Not the biggest fan, but I played that, and he's like, "Oh, this is interesting. I might check this out." So I felt like a win there for a bit. Shoot, let me do a quick. To be honest, you look more Spanish than me. Is it the mustache? You know what? Screw it. This is a good episode. I'm not going to interfere with a commercial, even though, yeah, you guys know. Go check out wilddinosaur.com. Buy some stuff. What else is there? Well, I mean, look, do you want to talk about Mando for a little bit? We got like, not to say I can't go over. I always go over. But I usually just assume this show is going to be about an hour. So, yeah, I got about 20 minutes. Should we talk about Mando, or should we, should I just keep telling stories? I got into a little bit of like a storytelling mode through Messenger, Instagram Messenger yesterday, talking about my experience living in an artist warehouse for, was it a year and a half in Oakland. Really interesting. That's where I met Jay, actually, was living there. You're my only source of Mando news, but I prefer stories. Okay, well, I mean, look, here, I'll break this down real quick. Okay, since you guys just, since Logan's gonna watch Mando tonight, I'll break this down real quick without any spoilers. The season is unbalanced total. I felt satisfied at the end of this episode. but I felt like we rushed over things throughout the whole season, that some of the stuff could have felt a little bit more impactful if we'd gotten more time with it. Least favorite season, but not by much. It's not like this season was the worst. But this last episode, I would say I actually I'm probably going to go back here pretty soon and try to rewatch all 3 seasons. I should have rewatched last week's episode last night before this one aired. I think they're supposed to go back to back, because it picks up really quick. The beginning of this episode picks up really quick. Yeah, I like how it ended mostly. I like how everything like ties up for this season, and they definitely have a direction for next season, which I'm excited about. And I think that Rangers of the New Republic show that was supposed to happen, and then Gina Carano got fired. I think that's gonna essentially be Mandalorian season 4. But yeah, no, it was cool. I like this season. I think for me, it's probably season 2, season 1, and then maybe season 3. Season 1, I think, is a little bit better for me just because it was so new and exciting, and we didn't know what we were getting going into it. My biggest complaint is just I felt like things get told quickly. I think there's some big points that maybe could have been spaced out a little bit more. Things like regarding the Darksaber, or I don't know. There's some other points. Again, without getting into too many spoilers, some stuff quickly happens, and then you're like, okay. I was at a Lars and Shmi sex scene. George is so out of touch with fans. I need that Skywalker slamming. Well, I think there was. I'm pretty sure there are some parodies out there you can find, or some fan films. Sometimes Mando feels so fast in some areas and too slow in others. Yeah, and I think one of the reasons I like season 1 so much is not there is a larger story to be told, but it is a lot of that. I hate to say adventure of the week because sometimes that bothers me with some kinds of shit. Like, if you're going to tell me Clone Wars is adventures of the week, like, I'm probably out, because I don't want to see just a bunch of filler, quote unquote filler episodes in that sense. But like season 1, it's a Western. There's like this lone gunslinger, and he meets a kid, and then it's like lone wolf and cub. After that, I think we're in. Rey got filled like a gun, but not Anakin's mom. Oh boy. Blacklist is an adventure of the week. Well, I guess what I'm saying is I think the format for the Mandalorian works this way, where you get like one or two cool episodes of like him dealing with like a small village that has to deal with pirates or something. Like they've done this, and I think the show works really well when it is that, and I think it's a little difficult because they're adding in so much animated stuff that a lot of people haven't watched. That so I've been talking with people about Ahsoka. I'm fully prepared for the first half of Ahsoka to be recapping a lot of stuff that happened in Clone Wars, or Clone Wars and Rebels, and to catch up with the latter half of the season, where I think are going to see some stuff that the finale of Rebels. We'll see some of that stuff come to fruition. I'm almost 100% Ahsoka's going to get a season 2. If Dave Filoni keeps messing up, I'm gonna film it too. Put it in that cowboy hat of his. Just take a dump in his cowboy hat. So yeah, I don't know. We don't have to go too deep into all the Mandalorian stuff, but yeah, I guess just based on I really wanted to make a stupid thumbnail. Is this the way? I don't know. I'm lost. Yeah, look. Star Wars seems like there might be a little bit of stuff going on that on the backs on the behind the scenes. I don't know if I necessarily believe all the Kathleen Kennedy stuff or not. I don't even care anymore, honestly. Kathleen Kennedy is a great producer, and she has a really solid resume to show that. I don't know that she's made the best decisions within Star Wars. But there's some great stuff too. I'm gonna buy the Filoni figure and make. Oh boy. The what's he has a name. Something, is it something Wolf? I don't remember. There's also a George Lucas Stormtrooper. I think Hasbro has it on their site. It's George Lucas in like Stormtrooper armor. Which, look, I've gotten into arguments about this before. If people think Kathleen Kennedy ruined Star Wars, George Lucas ruined Star Wars first for a number of reasons. Jar Jar. Anakin should have been like 5 years older in the Phantom Menace. Midi-chlorians. Those are just narrative things that didn't work. But the people that hate on Kathleen Kennedy so much, that are like, she ruined Star Wars. You know who handpicked Kathleen Kennedy to run Lucasfilm? George Lucas. Oh, I started Station 11. It's on it was on HBO, right? And it was Mackenzie, Mackenzie Davis. She's been in a couple of things. I think I watched like an episode of that. Just stop skating by on pure sex appeal. Jar Jar is fine as long as you view it as a Sith. I can't being drained. Oh boy, Chris, you're killing me over here. Yeah, Jar Jar. Look, Jar Jar is not. Jar Jar is a difficult conversation for me to have because I love. My favorite Star Wars movie is Return of the Jedi, and I will defend the Ewoks till my dying breath. But the people that were older than me that I know that didn't like it hated the Ewoks. They're like, this is too kid-like. Well, George Lucas kind of made it for kids, so yeah. But also, like, murder bears. They're little murder bears. They were going to eat the main characters, and then after they won, they turned their skulls and their helmets into bongo drums. So, like, kind of for kids, kind of for, like, Ed Gein fans. Ewoks are painfully thick. Yeah, they are. Look at those little dumpsters, little dump trucks they got going on there. I love the Ewoks. I'll still defend the Ewoks. Jar Jar was put in for the same reason the Ewoks are. I have a harder time defending Jar Jar. He was a little bit more like blatantly stereotypical of certain. I don't know. He was like a maybe not stereotypical. There was some things. Watto was way worse of a racial stereotype than Jar Jar maybe. But Jar Jar was just annoying and not a very good character. And then they ended up sidelining him after the first movie, anyways, mostly. I'm not opposed to the Darth Jar Jar theory. Definitely not opposed to that. But I don't know if you know this in canon. They do explain a little bit about what happened to Jar Jar later, and he's essentially just like a street musician. He's like a clown on the streets. Like they kind of allude to a fact that they show like a Gungan like doing a street performance, and they allude to the fact that's Jar Jar. Like after everything went down, he basically lost everything and became like a street performer. And I was like, that's kind of dark too. It's like that like when a villain in a movie doesn't die, they just have to live with like the weight of their decisions. Like that's kind of what it felt like to me. I was like, boy, Jar Jar's really got to deal with he's the one that like swore Palpatine into his emperor position. You got to take some responsibility there. Watto was actually the voice actor's choice. Oh, I'm sure. I wasn't necessarily blaming anything. I was just about to say that Jar Jar was a pretty bad stereotype, but then I was thinking that Watto might be a little bit worse, even if it was the actor's choice or not. But yeah, Jar Jar and Watto were pretty. Let's be honest. A lot of creatures in those prequel movies and some of the original trilogy. A little original trilogy less so, because it was more just like making cool looking robots and aliens. But when George was doing the prequel movies, he was taking a lot of looks from like various cultures. Like a lot of Padme's looks are like Mongolian fashion, which is funny. I only know that because I spent time in Mongolia, because my brother lived there for like 2 years. And yeah, I was like, I visited Mongolia in 2003. Was it 2003 or 4? I think it was 2004. And I was like, this all looks super familiar. And my brother was like, yeah, I think George Lucas is using a lot of this fashion for Padme. It's like, oh, crazy. And then I think I heard him talk about that too. But yeah, I do think Ahsoka is going to be a lot of retreading. At least the first half is going to be a lot of retreading some of the animated stuff. To be honest, I'd get a gun girl eyes. Well, Gungans can breathe underwater, so we'll just leave it at that. Can hold their breath for a really long time. No, they probably, never mind. I don't want to get into this. Oh God. Yeah, where's it going? Mando. I'm not really talking much about Mando. It's a good season, not the best season. Again, was pretty satisfied with it. There's a satisfying ending, but it could have been more impactful. I got to do an Alien Smasher pass. Yeah. Okay. Jabba, smash or pass? All right. Well, so look, this episode did touch on Star Wars a bit, but this is kind of what I want to do. Is I want to talk about these things. I don't want to be the entertainment guy so much. I don't want to be like a or a movie pundit or anything like that. I'm just a dude. I'm just an artist that, I'm taking inspiration from all the content we're all watching. Star Wars, Marvel, DC, other stuff. I did. Man, I've watched a bunch of shit recently. Watched both 1883 and 1923. There's just a lot of stuff on television to absorb these days, and I'm doing my best to take some of it in. Personally, Star Wars is just so ingrained in me. I have a hard time not wanting to keep up with it, but I don't always have to talk about it. I want this channel to be more than just that, because if I did, let's say I went back to doing 3 days a week, I would want maybe one day, let's say Monday or something, we talk about music. Wednesdays we talk about movies and television stuff. Fridays we do something else. If I could plan this out and I was doing this full time, didn't have to worry about getting paid, or I was able to sustain just doing this full time, because I'm getting kind of close to doing it. I mean, I put out a lot of stuff. I just need to expand my fan base and get more reach out there. If I could do this full time, I'd love to have 2 to 3 days a week doing live streams, and then like maybe one like pre-edited type of content a week as well too. So if that would be like 2 live streams and then like a live music jam, or if it's a music stream and like I'm really not big on really not big on man, I'm losing it today. Look, I'm just glad you're not every episode Marvel. Yeah, I mean, I could talk about those things every episode, but ultimately there's a couple of things with why I don't want to do that. One, I've been talking about a lot of that stuff because that's a lot of the stuff that I'm doing when I'm not working on art. Is like, oh yeah, I just watched another Marvel show, or a DC show, or Star Wars show. I'm, as I hopefully do more things, I want to play music live. I want to be, a little bit more involved in like local art communities and stuff like that. As I get out and do more, I can talk about more. The thing that I was teasing earlier, a video that I'm probably going to be directing, there's some people involved with that I would love to have on the podcast, that are interesting people, and just would love to talk to them about that. My girlfriend is Jewish, and I think Wada was the one to awaken my sexuality towards that. Was it him saying, little Annie? Yeah, so I think as I become a more interesting person, hopefully, if that happens, then I'll have new kinds of stuff to talk about. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still just trying to shape what this channel is. I want it to promote my art and the stuff that I'm doing. And I don't want to bog everyone down with like, oh, here's another episode of She-Hulk that I watched that was garbage. That show wasn't for me. There was people that liked that show. I don't want to make them feel bad for liking that show, because you know what? Fucking awesome. I'm glad you liked that show. I did not. How's my nail? Well, I still have a bandage on it. It's getting better. I was able to, like I said earlier, I was able to record some music. I just did not feeling confident yet in like live jamming. When I was recording music, I got to take lots of takes, so, it's feeling better. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I have, like the nail is, I don't want to take this off, but the nail is kind of like broken off, and so it's covered so I don't catch it and rip it on something. So I probably won't be doing live music this week. I'm hoping to get back to it by next Friday. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to restructure things. Maybe I should check in with Pat and see, like, yo, Pat, you want to help me do some stuff? Again, I don't know. I'm still contemplating a lot of stuff. No, the camera's overheating again. Fantastic. Yeah, I should have that conversation with him. You can be available for. Look, Pat can't be available every Friday, but do Fridays. Do Fridays just become about live jams, or I do like the idea of just like having a person with me and just kind of chatting and having a good time, and you guys getting involved as well. Just general goofing around and stuff like that. I do like the more relaxed, like I've been calling it like after dark style show. So I do want to keep that. I'm kind of attached to that because it doesn't mean that I have to, fully pre-plan a show. I don't have to, there's just a whole bunch of stuff I don't have to worry about. And it's not like, well, we're talking about Star Wars, so we got real serious about, like, canon and all that shit. Like, no, sometimes you just want to eat a gummy and then just goof around. Some gushers, you know what I mean? Man, I wish there was cannabis gushers. That would be delicious. Pat brings the little Greek boy appearance. Yeah. Shoot, man. I mean, Pat I love having Pat here. It's great to bounce off of him sometimes. Sometimes he comes straight from work, and so he's a little like drained or out of it, and even then it's sometimes still just fun to like poke at him. Like, well, it's not like he worked all day or anything. Idiot. He's like, yeah, I just did everyone's job. Pat is pretty good. I like having him around. Yeah, and he's working on music too, so he'll have an EP. I'm not gonna speak for him. I think he could probably have an EP out in a couple of months if he really wanted to. I don't know if that's gonna be the case, but I'm helping him with that. I'm kind of co-producing that with him a little bit. Dude, yeah. You know what? Reach out to me. Hit me up on message me on Instagram about maybe doing some sound for one of your projects or whatever, and we can talk about maybe having you call in or something like that. That's another thing. I for a long time was trying to get Zoom calls worked up or set up here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. It was such a pain in my ass to do Zoom calls. So I'd love to do interviews and stuff like that. Have more people on. Maybe not necessarily interviews, but have people on, chat about stuff, interview a little bit. But yeah, the Zoom thing has been super frustrating for me. And then so I. Not that I didn't need it other than this, but the solution was buy a Rodecaster because it's super easy to set up Bluetooth, and I can take phone calls pretty easily. They're really easy to set up. But the Zoom thing, we live in the 49th century or something? The 69th century. I see what I did there. And, people want to see other people, so I think it's probably a good idea to get like the Zoom set up, because the people that I want to work with, or that I'm probably going to be working with, that I might ask to come on the podcast sometime, it would be so much better to have video than just the audio. Don't say the word solution. My girlfriend is here. Oh boy. Oh, as you can tell, that was slowly hit me. I was like, okay, is that a sex thing? And I was like, no. Fuck. But yeah. I'd love to have people call in and talk about. I'd really love people to call in and talk about like their crafts. Like Chris, if you were to be a guest on here, I would want to talk to you about the process of you making some of your stop motions and stuff like that. That stuff's really fascinating to me. I'd have other musicians on here talking about their process, the type of gear they use, things like that. I'd love to do stuff like that. I don't, again, I'm too all over the place in my own life to just, for this channel to be one thing. Like I can't be the movie guy. I can't be just the music guy. I'm an artist. That's how I view myself. So I'm doing video production, music production, Photoshop, all of these things, and it's all one product to me. But I know it's difficult to market that through some of these platforms like that. So, but I'd love to have a lot of different type of people on. Again, like I said, I'm really interested in talking about how people accomplish their art and their goals and stuff like that. I just really want to have conversations with people about stuff like that. So yeah, I'm open to what this channel. Do I sell hats? Are there hats on the website? There are not hats on the website. The reason there aren't any hats on the website are because I think they recently added like trucker hats where you could do prints on there, but the majority of the hats are like dad hats and they don't do print on. They're all embroidered. And I have to I think I have to set up a specific file type for embroidered stuff. So no, we don't have hats right now. I need to hide the hairline my dad took from me. You know what? Same, bro. Same. Join the crew. Now I started wearing these like Fiddler Boy caps. The first one I bought at a vintage shop in Portland, Oregon when I lived there. Man, I've done a lot of stuff. I don't want to sound like too full of myself, but I've been having conversations recently with people where I'm like talking about things I've done in my life, and I'm like, that's not normal for a lot of people. And I think I think it was Jason mentioned one time, like, somebody should interview me. I don't know if you guys are interested in that, but I got stories, man. I got stories. I've been around some places, not in the military or anything like that, but weirdo artist, you know. So dad hats up her. Yeah. Just a reminder, hairline comes from your mom. Yeah, man. Where'd you get that hairline? I got it from your mom. So going back to the hat thing, I want to do hats eventually. It is a lot of work. To get some of these products up there, it takes a bit of time, and I gotta pay. Jay's actually the one that helps me with my website, and I gotta pay Jay to help me do some of that stuff. As the next handful of months go by, there will be some new stuff up there. Like I said, there'll be a new design on Instagram tomorrow for 420. It's spoiler alert. The title of the image is called Indica Island. What was I saying? As I in the next couple of months, I'm gonna be trying to do. I didn't have framed prints at all until the new Pants 2 record cover was posted. So I'm gonna go back and try to do some framed prints on stuff. So framed prints will be available for some older prints pretty soon, I think. Right now I'm just gonna keep with the t-shirts, sweatshirts, tote bags, and stuff like that. Until I don't know if there's things that you guys actually want, recommend them to me, and I can see if those kinds of products are available. Like I can do things like I think coffee mugs and travel mugs, and there are options for stuff, but again, it takes time to put those templates together to be able to print on some of those things. But if there are specific products you guys want, let me know, because I'll be honest, I don't get a lot of sales, so I don't get a lot of feedback either. So bro, I was Big Daddy Pimpin' back in the day, and then I got that fresh Vegeta cut. It looked like you were just Super Saiyan at all times, minus the blonde. You're just like, oh. That'd be funny to just walk around like this. Just with this face. Oh yeah, shit, I do it all the time. Well, yeah, so I mean, look, I'm gonna end the show here pretty soon. The camera, I think the battery's gonna pass out. But sorry for just kind of ranting about stuff. I'm looking for legitimate input on what you guys want to see on the channel, and whatnot, because I'm still trying to form this into something that's fun, but represents what I'm doing a bit. Yeah, the camera is gonna need a drink here pretty soon. It's it's already like overheated, but it doesn't turn off when it overheats, so it's just like sitting there. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and any like real input would be helpful, or just appreciate it if you guys, there's things you guys want to see me do, or just input about the channel in general. I could use help figuring out how to set up Zoom calls. That's the thing. Cause yeah, I don't want to bore people with talking about Marvel and Star Wars all the time, even though it's something I will continue to talk about on occasions. I just did, this isn't what I'm trying to turn this place into. Is I want this to be a fun place of, this is a fun, creative place for people to hang out. So, yeah. I didn't really do anything that we talked about Mando a little bit. I felt like there was maybe something else I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, I did. Either Jason or Chris, I don't know if you guys are interested at all or even care, but I've been reading, there's a seven issue comic series that was released. It's free. It's on the internet. It's from awingardner.com. That's AWINEGARNER.com. And he's a dude that got a hold of Colin Trevorrow's original script for the third movie in the sequel trilogy, Star Wars. It was originally going to be called Duel of the Fates. And then Colin Trevorrow was fired, as a Lucas film tradition these days is firing directors. He got fired before they started production on that, and then they brought J.J. Abrams back to do what turned out to be The Rise of Skywalker. Anyways, the Duel of the Fates script is out there. You can find it and read it, and this guy turned it into a 7-issue comic that's free of charge on the internet. He can't sell it because, Disney. But I'm there I'm on issue 5 of 7, and so far I wish this was the movie we got. I so wish this was the movie we got. There's a couple of little things that I'm like, but those little things are way better handled than a lot of the stuff in Rise of Skywalker. But yeah, if you guys are curious. Yeah, it was legitimately the script that was going to get shot for the movie until it got pulled. But yeah, if you guys get a chance, I'm liking it so far. There's, again, like I said, there's one or two like story points that I'm like, I don't know if I would have liked that so much, but I mean, again, the overall story, I would have loved this so much more. It gets into a little bit of the Mortis stuff, which is some Clone Wars stuff. It really ties the whole series together. Oh man, spoiler, looks pretty legit. At least the artwork. Yeah, the artworks. I mean, I've read a bunch of comics, and the artwork is good for like a fan made thing. It's a little bit bland. I mean, again, I'm really not trying to talk shit, but I'm enjoying this. I will say that, what is it? There's a relationship between two characters that they didn't really set up in the films, but was going to happen in this one, and I was like, that would have been interesting, but whatever. Yeah, so I was reading that. It's pretty good so far. Let me know if you guys read it, what you guys think of it too. That would be a really fun discussion to have about Star Wars, instead of like, oh, here's another Mandalorian episode. Like, if you guys read this, and like the three of us read this or something like that. No, Finn wasn't pumping Rey. Spoiler alert, little tiny spoiler alert here for the comic. It was actually Poe. They set Poe and Rey up as a thing. I'd heard that before I'd read this, but yeah, Poe and Rey were kind of set up as a thing. And then Rose plays a bigger part in this, and Finn was Finn and her have a thing, a little bit of a thing. But yeah, I think this would be a fun type of Star Wars conversation if we all read this or something like this, and we had a discussion about what we liked about it, what we think that could have been better for the movies, or Jesus. Rose got done dirty. Ultimately, everybody who wasn't Rey or Kylo Ren got done dirty in these. But yeah, Rose, I feel so bad. Like, they brought the character in. She got so much like racism because like you can't have Asians in Star Wars, and it's like, what? So you can have like Luke drinking an alien with blue milk, like you can have all of these crazy fucking aliens in there, but you can't have like a black guy as a stormtrooper, and you can't have an Asian girl as a black mechanic. What? These things don't make sense. But yeah, Rose got done dirty. So, I mean, first of all, she got all that like crap from the fan base. And then they just sidelined her as a character in Rise of Skywalker. I'm telling you, this Duel of the Fates, she has so much more to do. Everybody has like stuff to do. It's great. Yeah, they did ruin her career. She hasn't really done much. Yeah, I mean, she probably could come back. I'm sure we might see her in something again. But I mean, this has been a thing that's happened in Star Wars. I mean, Jake Lloyd, who played Anakin in Phantom Menace, like that dude is the tough break for that kid. And Star Wars kind of did it to him. I mean, Ahmed Best is doing a lot better now. He had that cameo earlier in this season of Mandalorian. He's the Jedi that saves Grogu from Order 66. When he played Jar Jar in the original trilogy, I mean, I know we were just crapping on him earlier, but like he got death threats constantly, and he has openly talked about he wanted to end his life because of these things. Like it's crazy. I mean, I love Star Wars, but not enough to like want to ruin any of the actors or people behind the scenes career. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah. But yeah, maybe we could do a conversation about the Duel of the Fates in like a week or something. Maybe next Wednesday. You guys feel like that would be an okay thing? You guys want to try doing that? Have like a Duel of the Fates conversation next Wednesday. That might be a really fun episode, because again, it's first of all, it's really not like crucial because this movie didn't happen. So it's not like you're spoiling the storyline or anything. It was a potential version of a movie. And I think the discussion might be fun because, you know, what we got versus what we could have got. Might be a really fun conversation. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that next Wednesday. I'll make sure I put that in my notes that we talk about Duel of the Fates next week. I need to. There's a couple of. I mean, there's a ton of stuff I need to finish reading. I have a bunch of comics that I really need to. My favorite current comic is Saga, and I've read up to volume 9. I have 10, but I really want to reread them before volume 11 comes out. I actually even have a bunch of Star Wars comics that I haven't really gotten to, but the one that I'm trying to finish real quick, the one that I want to finish is this one. It's the last Ronin, the Ninja Turtles one. I'm like how far am I into this? Like, I don't know, like 30 pages, 40 pages or something. And it's awesome. This is awesome. I love this comic so much. I can't wait to read more of it. It's basically Old Man Logan in the Ninja Turtle universe. If you're not familiar with it, it takes place in the future. The majority of the Ninja Turtles are dead, and there's one lone Ronin running around trying to like solve problems and fight crime and stuff. And yeah, and in this hardback that I have, the foreword is by Robert Rodriguez. Did you read it, Chris? You said it's really good. Did you finish the whole thing? Because I've heard really great things, and I know they started a prequel series too. There's a couple runs. I don't like to collect single issues. I like volumes and hardback, full stories and stuff. So I'll probably. I wasn't surprised who the Ronin was. I think I have an idea of who it is, but I'll figure that out as I keep reading it. But yeah, this one's really good. Skimmed it in the store. Yeah. Well, I'll let you know what I think about when I finish this one. But yeah, Duel of the Fates. Sorry, I meant to write this down in my notes. I got sidetracked. I should get going here. It's almost 7:30, and what is it? Duel. There we go. Yeah, it's almost 7:30 here, my time. Been going for about almost an hour and a half. And yeah. I don't pay for anything. That's good. Don't let those stupid capitalists take your pride from you. All right, well, that's it. I'm going to call it. Oh boy, I didn't even use any sound effects today. What kind of show is this? What kind of nonsense is it? Didn't I add something the other day? Oh yeah, I did. Oh, I did add a new sound effect.
Bad baby. No, it's crazy.
Oh, there's a little Mandalorian for you. Okay. You got it. Full or yeah, you know what? Just because it's Wednesday. Oh, whoa, what the hell? How did that change? That was crazy. That changed banks on me. Anyways.
Pizza. We'll do it live. Put in the pizza.
You have a new message. 你好.
All right. I'm getting out of here. It's been fun. Thanks for dropping by, guys. It's been a good conversation, both Chris and Jason. Really appreciate you guys being here. It's again, these episodes are more fun when you guys are a part of it. So thanks for stopping by. I'll be back on Friday. We'll see what's going on Friday. I don't know what's happening yet. Hopefully it'll be a fun show. And tomorrow is a national holiday. Happy 420. I might still be recovering on Friday. Just kidding. So yeah. What else we got here? Don't forget to check out wilddinosaur.com. Like I always say, the best place to support the channel. I got some cool stuff there. And if you want to see me do more, I want to help support the channel. Really, buying something from the store there is the best thing you can do. Can I use clips from your stream for memes? Absolutely, yeah, go for it, dude. Absolutely. Just tag me in them or send them to me so I see them. I'm guessing there's going to be some clowning going on, but I'll allow it. Yeah, go for it. I should honestly do a little bit better job of marketing this show, even if it's through memes. But yeah, go for it. Go for it, please. Get some friends to watch and come in and join and clown around. What else? Into the show plugs. What I usually do. Website, Instagram. Go follow my Instagram. There'll be some new stuff there today. Or tomorrow. There'll be some new stuff there tomorrow. And the last thing that I like to do is there is a link in the description for donating to Planned Parenthood. I think Planned Parenthood's super awesome. Kind of shitty situation that America's in with their health care, and unfortunately Planned Parenthood fights this fight alone, or with our help. And I have donated to Planned Parenthood myself. I have used their services. Think they're super awesome. Yeah, so if you feel like donating to Planned Parenthood, check out that link there in the description. I think that's it for Jon Does. I'm Jon, and I will. I guess I'll see you Friday. Peace out.